What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the TB Toycast YouTube channel. And today we are unboxing from He-Man Masters of the Universe, New Eternia, and Masterverse. It is, of course, Fisto. It's no secret, I am loving the Masterverse line. It is very quickly becoming my favorite line to collect currently. I can't get enough of these. I don't know why I slept on them for so long. I was just focused on, I just want Origins, and then I start seeing these more and more, and I'm like, man, these things are looking absolutely phenomenal, where they take, your classic characters and kind of revamp them, make them a little bit different, and I can't get enough of it. I think the line is absolutely phenomenal, and I hope they continue it for a long time to come. I mean, look at this artwork of Fisto. I mean, just so cool. Full mechanical arm, the whole deal. We got a big dragon-looking creature, which is great. Of course, we got Fisto right there. I love how the box kind of folds right there. Very, very cool. But I think it's really cool that this line includes these little special Easter eggs. You get some wolf characters. You got He-Man there in the background. Some other creatures and stuff. The Molten Rock, which we're kind of used to from original Masters. 30 points of articulation. 6 and up on this one. No 5-year-olds, of course. New Eternia right there. And then on the back, we got a pretty nice roster, of course. Flying Fists He-Man. I do need to get that one. A New Eternia, Evil Lyn, then of course Fisto. But if you look here, I mean, look at his weapons here. He's got that big mechanical arm, couple of heads, so you have a couple of different looks for Fisto. And it looks like maybe an alternate arm there as well. Very, very cool. Fisto, heroic master of hand-to-hand combat, I would say so. After his hand was severed by Skeletor, Malcolm bonded with the mystic Iron Fist. Now Fisto tracks the nefarious sorcerer across New Eternia in search of revenge. I guess revenge is a dish best served with a big old fist of steel, as it were. So cool. Look at this. I mean, just again, amazing artwork. And this packaging also, too, is a big factor in why I fell in love with the Masterverse line. And in fact, if you've been following the other unboxings, I've unboxed a Merman most recently, and before that, I unboxed a Masterverse Manny Faces, both from, Merman wasn't actually from New Eternia, but Manny Faces was, but it didn't have this packaging, and I feel like this packaging has really pulled it together. It's interesting because, as you see, very small window, not a huge window for the character, but look at the artwork instead. The artwork, they nailed this. They absolutely nailed this. And I know we've got a few other characters coming from Masterverse. I believe a new Keldor is on the way, a Dragstore, Mantana, Mosquitor, Anti-Eternia, He-Man's also coming. So I hope the line continues even further. I hope we get more characters, some of the unique ones, maybe like Geldor. I unboxed him recently from the Origins line. I'd love to see him in Masterverse. Me personally, I know that I may be in the minority here, but I'm going to pull it out because I still have it over here because I just did this video earlier today. I hope we get characters like this guy in Masterverse. How cool would a Masterverse Raphael be? Or any of the Ninja Turtles? I think it'd be awesome. Is that something we will probably see? Most likely not, but it would be really, really cool. I wouldn't hate it, so let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of that. I mean, it's not for everybody. I threw that idea to Travis, and he did not seem keen on it. He's like, I don't know. But crossovers sometimes need to stick with crossovers. I get that too. But I love the Masterverse line. I want it to continue as long as it can. So, give me all the characters you can. I would be even okay with some new characters that they come up with. Wouldn't bother me. Let's see here. Open. Looks like we got accessories. Big old bag of accessories. That's always cool. And of course, the figure comes out right here. I think that's all for this thing, but you never know. We'll hold on to that just in case. Let's get Fisto out of here. Of course, he's got a sword with a twist tie, powering through, just knocking that twist tie out of the way. Oh my gosh. Twist ties like crazy. Twist ties for days. I mean, I get it, I get twist ties. I'm not knocking them. It's just, oh man, they do not make things easy. Really nice articulation here. Really good, very smooth joints actually. Knees are a little tight. That's all right though. Nice articulation on his big metal hand. Again, slightly different look. You know, Fisto with the longer hair, the beard. Very, very cool. I don't know if this is removable or not. Actually, I think that it is. Okay. Well, there you go. So you can actually take this big piece off. And, you know, he'd be just basically a basic figure at that point. But you can do that if you so choose. So that's kind of interesting. I kind of thought that might have been molded on because it's such an intricate looking piece. But it is not. It is actually indeed removable. There you go. There you go. Alright, let's see what accessories we got with this guy. I know we got an extra head. His legs may be a little loose for my liking, in the sense that it might make him a little harder to stand up. Although he's standing up right now, so we'll see. Got a baggie full of goodies. What do we got? Alright, well, we got an extra head. So this is your more traditional Fisto head. A little bit more style hair, the more stylized hair than we're used to, but still typical. We got a nice weapon. These actually move, which is cool. And I don't know if you can take this off or not, but I think, do these come off? Maybe they don't. I don't know. I don't want to break it. And we got an extra hand. This I'm going to swap out because we want him to be able to hold his sword. And these are not the easiest hands to remove, but that's okay. Pop that in there. Well, I dropped his cuff. Oh, we can't be dropping cuffs. Over here like an amateur dropping cuffs. No good. No good. Okay. Cuffs back on. Now let's see if we can put this hand on. Maybe. Golly. It is not wanting to go on very well. I mean, at least you know it's not going to fall off, but golly. There we go. Wait till you hear the snap. So, we got this big freaking thing, and we got his sword. So we can't hold both of these. That's kind of a problem with the big fist, but looks like we've got a place for the sword right there. I'm okay with that. What do you guys think? I think that looks all right. Of course, we got an extra head with this guy, so we do want to see what that's going to look like. Now, there are some spikes on that beard, and they are not soft. All right, so put this bad boy on. Man, alive, this is not easy. Pop in there. Okay, I guess we'll call that good. Man. All my might. So what do you guys think? That's not a bad looking head. We'll kind of stand him up and kind of take a look here. Again, legs are a little looser than I would have preferred. As you can see here, just not as much stability in the hips. Almost a little loose right there in the ball joints. So that might be a problem down the road. I hope not, but we'll see. Looks like he's standing up pretty decently there. Overall, very, very cool figure. I think I'm gonna go with the new style Fisto head. That is a cooler look for me because it's unique. And but again, to each their own. Everybody collects differently. Everybody displays differently. Put his sword there in his pouch. He's got his big battle axe. He's ready for action. We got, of course, an extra hand and an extra head. I'll put kind of over to the side here. But what do you guys think? I think Fisto looks pretty cool. He's a great-looking figure. I mean, all the Masterverse figures really do look pretty cool. It's just kind of all a matter of how you plan to display them. Looks, though, I'm looking at the box here. It looks like I can take part of that axe apart and make it part of his hand. So I guess you can do that. I guess you could probably, I would assume, put that hand on the axe then, right? I mean, that only seems right. I don't know. But I think it's cool how it is. Like I said, these are excellent. Like, the quality, like all pinless joints. I mean, just phenomenal looking figure. So, no complaints for me. I like it a lot. But what do you guys think? Are you into the Masters of the Universe line? Are you over it? I know some people dig it, some don't. It's been around for a little bit now. But what do you guys think? I think it's great. If you're not a Masters fan, this may not be your cup of tea. But if you are, this might be exactly what you're into. But let me know in the comments down below if you're into Masters, if you're into Masterverse, or the new Eternia style. And then, of course, check out everything else I have on the channel. I have a lot of cool videos. 3 new videos, in fact, dropped just last week, Monday. I dove into Robert Gibson, Big Rubber Guy from Collect Major over there. Check that out. That was on Monday. On Wednesday, I dove into Raphael, who I showed earlier from the Turtles of Grayskull line. That was always a fun line to dive into, and a really cool figure. And then on Friday, I went to the world of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with the new auto-morphing Red Ranger from Playmates. That was all last week, of course. And then on Saturday is always What's on the Pegs, which is kind of my weekly toy hunt you can check out every single Saturday. And then once a month, I'm dropping Tales of the Toy Box. Episode 5 is currently available, along with the other 4 episodes. And episode 5 is all about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. You can check that out as well. And then, of course, you can check out the podcast, TB Toycast. That is our flagship show. We drop a new episode every Thursday. We have a different main event covering a classic toy line, typically a classic toy line, as well as all the news and happenings in the toy world that particular week. And we also have the TikTok. I always forget about the TikTok, but the TikTok's doing really, really good things over there. You can follow it at TB Toycast. We went back and forth on what to do with it, but here lately I've been updating it a lot more, just posting toy lines. Very, just kind of a run of a toy line, whether it be Masters of the Universe Series 1, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero Series 1, Transformers G1 Series 1, and so many others. WWF LJN Wrestling Superstar Series 1. It's kind of all over the place, but it's a lot of fun. A lot of people seem to dig it. It's nostalgia, and that's what we're all about, right? That's what drives us to toy collecting and things like that in 2025. Why are we buying a Fisto figure in 2025? Well, because nostalgia. You had Fisto when you were a kid, and you're like, you know what? I want it again because it's freaking awesome. And why not? That's the key. That's what makes it fun. I wish his legs were a little bit more stable. I don't like that. But what are you going to do? I feel like he's about to fall any minute. So far, he's holding strong, so we'll see what happens. You never know. And you never know what kind of figure you're going to get when you open it up. That is what happens. But that's it. That's all I got. Thank you guys for checking out the TB Toycast YouTube channel. That is Fisto from the Masterverse New Eternia line. And we will see you in the toy aisle.
Yeah. One more time. It ain't over till I say it's over. So lock the cage up, cause this is a takeover. The wait's over. If this the final time we meet, then you'll be on your back on my feet. Then I'll tip the cage over as a hangover. I'm super fly so I can splash off the top. And I can shut down the shot. Baby Savage, I'm the